we have a lot of improvement in terms of infrastructure, in terms of education. Almost everything has improved. Since maybe compare 2010 and 2020, there's a lot of things which have improved. For example, roads. You can see for now we have expressway, we have one way to Sagana. We have so many development in terms of roads. Railway is the same. Some of the goods which were taking a lot of time from Mombasa to Nairobi, nowadays they around 6 hours they're in Nairobi. We have so many graduates, so many children have nowadays improved in terms of maybe understanding of the curriculum and everything. So in Kenya, as compared to 2010 or 1990s, there's a lot of improvement. Democracy, in previous you could not even just talk, but nowadays you can express yourself the way you want. So in terms of democracy, infrastructure and everything, Kenya has improved.
Let me tell you one reason as I'm saying Kenya we are not yet independent. One reason is we are still being ruled by a dollar. Understand? That's what we call money. You see, Kenya depends on a dollar currency, the way it rises and falls. No. And there's no way you can tell me we are independent when you still depend on them. When our president, our leaders want to get something or want to do something, they have to go to those countries for consultation. Why? And you're saying that in Kenya at 60 we are independent. How? So when we say something, we fear. We speak but in fear of not getting conflict with the other side of the world.
You go and vote and then something happens, unaanza kusikia ati people are saying imeibwa, and then you are like, so why did I vote? Kama inaweza ibwa, they would have stolen it from the first time, so we didn't have to go and vote because people wanacha kazi zao, and then you go vote and then unasikia tulivote but iliibwa. I can't see any change. Like inaenda tu ikiharibika. I think even it was better off in 2010 than now. Because some things that are being imposed on us as citizens, zinatufinya, but the ones that are imposing those things on us, like it's like they really don't care. Yeah.
TBT inanipea raha ni TBT ya Kibaki. Kibaki alikuwa leader mzuri. Kibaki ameleta masomo ya bure. Sasa hakuna masomo ya bure. Kibaki na Moi. Hata Moi uhuru ile ya kuongelesha mkubwa mwenye kwa serikali na ni mkubwa ama kupost kitu haifai ungeshikwa. Lakini sasa hivi tuko na uhuru mingi sana. Huwezi fanya hakuna kitu serikali inaweza kufanyia. Hata rais ukimpost mtusi hakuna kitu anaweza kufanyia.
Tumekuwa imekuwa poa, uchumi ilikuwa sawa, but in this year tunaona mambo hayendi poa sana. Sisi as youths tunaumia sana. Juu tunasoma, tunamaliza shule but no jobs.
As we compare the previous years, the economy was good as compared to the current one. Yeah. Like this year people are traveling. In fact, the economy is doing very poor. Yeah.
In the three, we have only achieved maybe ignorance because a lot of people have gone to school, but poverty, no. People are still very poor. But in terms of ignorance, people have gone to school. Even if you can even able to see, we had the free primary education during the Kibaki time. Almost everybody, all children went to school. Okay. But by now we don't know how it will be next year. We're just hearing that it will be back to the normal school fee. But from time of Uhuru, Kibaki, there was a free education. Almost everybody went to school. Even me, I'm a product of that free primary education. So in terms of ignorance or in terms of education, the government have tried. We're just hoping that next year they're just going to cope up with the same thing that was being done, free primary education for the students or for the children.
On those three things, we have achieved ignorance, to eradicating the ignorance, and the result people can access to health. Yeah.
Right now, what would you say is the biggest problem to Kenya's development? But the biggest impediment?
In fact, the corruption.
Tell us about corruption, please.
Yeah.
How so?
It is developed. Yeah.
Tell us how it has affected development.
People are stealing even those last coins of development. Right now, the current government, the president, his friends, the surroundings are more corrupt than the other people. So it becomes difficult for him to deal with that corruption.
Most of the people are very corrupt, and if you need to access like any help from any government facilities, you need to dip into your pocket so that you can get the help.
Us Kenyans. Yeah.
Why?
Because we don't choose our leaders wisely.
Okay.
We just rush. Kampeni ikitoka, mwenye anapeana pesa mingi, huko ndo tunaenda. Ule mwenye apeani pesa kidogo, maybe is a true leader, but huyo tunamtupa kando. Kama hizi buy unga, tunaenda kwa huyu mwingine.
But Kenya now, the business is so down. So many people are closing the shops. So many people are just selling their shops at throwaway price, of which they're just blaming the economy. They're blaming the economy. Economy is bad. Economy is bad. But we are still pushing on. But to be honest, it is totally worsening as we speak now.
So how are you coping? Yes, sir.
We are just adjusting. There's nothing you can do. You just adjust. If you are bringing, maybe you adding a stock of 50,000, now with a BD you add maybe 20,000, then 30,000. You see how you can balance. But coping is becomes tough. Even paying rent at times become tough. You have a double. You don't pay. You have not paid this month. The next month also is coming. You don't have that money. Even if you sell something, for example, I can even sell a charger here today. That's the only thing I can sell. So this charger is the one that I'm going to. This is my lunch. This is the rent. This is the stock. So at the end of the day, you're not going to add that charger. You won't add it. You're not adding. So at times it is tough, but we are coping up with it.
Older Kenya was cheaper, but this new Kenya that you are going into deeper is very complicated that I can't explain. I remember when you're buying sukari for 18 shillings and mkate, very hot bread at 18 bob. I was born very long time ago.
You bought bread at 18 bob?
I bought mkate at 18 bob at industrial era. Kayaba, Mukuru Kayaba there. I bought mkate at 18 bob.
Asai.
Hey, if you want to buy mkate, you have to think twice because there's still milk, there's still sugar, and all rating at the same price. It's very difficult.
Everyday things are really like ingredients are soaring. Like if you wake up early in the morning, you find that sukari are high, everything is high. So you see, like if you have like a cake like this one, you are selling it at 100 bob. Your customers knows that you are selling this cake at 100 bob, and you know they don't know about the sugar increment or whatever. So if you try to raise the price of the product, then they shy off.
Electing good leaders. That is it. In fact, that is the cure, and that's everything.
General life of Kenyans can be achieved in so many ways, or can be improved in so many ways. One, there must be coordination between the county government and the national government, because the national governments which must give the county government money, and the county governments must be able to, you know how it works. The 17%, 15% must go back to the other side. So if there's a proper coordination between the county government and national governments, I think we'll be able to have improved life of people. You can even see a scenario where the county governments were blaming the government, the national government, about the flooding. The government is blaming the county government because of the flood. So if there's a proper coordination between the two, I think we'll be better off. And number two is making education accessible to everyone, from nursery school or call it PP1, all the way to university. If you do that, see, if someone is learned, you'll be able to get a job, or you create yours like mine. So if you cannot be able to think and maybe become an entrepreneur or be an employee, you cannot do that through education. So if the government can able to maybe increase more funds or give opportunity to everybody opportunity to go to school, I think it is better. We can be able to improve a life, because when you improve one life or somebody's life, is going to improve the life of the whole family. If they can come up with a way on how we can be able to cultivate these crops that can last for a few days, a few months in the farm, then we have storage, or we have enough stock of food. That one again, people cannot just die because of hunger. But Kenya, we still have that kind of challenge where people are just dying because of hunger. We are 60 years almost down the line. You find someone is dying because of hunger. I think the government should also look at that, because someone cannot die because of hunger 60 years down the line. We need to improve in that. So if we do all those ones, according to me, the living standard of everybody will have to improve.
Like Kenyans should sit down and think more on how to choose leaders, not just a leader who gives out money. Yeah. And a leader who has started from, like, if the campaigns are 5 years and you see a leader trying to bring the youths, trying to communicate, to teach the community, that's the leader. Not the leader who comes when we have started elections or campaigns and you wanna appear.
You know, like Kenya, they're not straight when it comes to getting things right. But what we are hoping in future, maybe things will change, and we just act like human beings, you know, yeah, rather than being selfish and egocentric. Because things are really hiking, and some people, their pockets are low, no salary increment. You know, like people are being paid the same amount day in, day out, so they are not able to cater for their living. So if the government can work on it and at least to put some rules or regulation how people can get increment in salaries, so that whenever things shoots, they are able to afford.
Juzi Deputy President Gashawa alikuwa anasema eti kulikuwa na graduation ya wanafunzi wa KMTC.
Yeah.
Akaambia after job majuu. Hiyo unaonaje story?
Sir, like we are in Kenya. Hatuwezi afford kwenda majuu. We come from different backgrounds. So, your jobs tunafaa kutafutia watu hapa Kenya, si majuu.
I really don't think that for you to make it, you need to go far away from home. I think that for you to make it, you need to make it first from home, and then sasa uanze kufikiria kuenda. Because if you can't have it here, what makes you think that you can have it there? I'm just happy being a Kenyan, and the fact that Kenyans, when you listen to other people from outside, they really like Kenya people, and then they say that we are good, like we are welcoming.